What is up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, October 9th, 2019. I hope you're doing well. What's up, Anthony? I need to do a quick update video. I'm not going to be able to do a video tonight. And right now, Bitcoin at $8,600. Maybe by the time you watch this replay video, we'll get our answer. But $8,600, critical area for Bitcoin. I need to do a quick technical analysis for you to go over why. What's up, everybody? I see you in the chats. I'm going to jump right into the video, especially for the replay viewers. So I want to start here real quick. Weekly chart. Want to point something out to you. Take note, blue line, that is the 50 moving average on the weekly chart. Right now, around $6,700. That's relevant info. So keep that in the back of your mind as we do this video. And then secondly, what I want to show you is kind of in regards to a video I did earlier, talking about mining costs, talking about Bitcoin having a floor of around $6,400. Go check out that video if you haven't seen it. There's some really interesting data that we can kind of integrate into these technical analysis charts that we have. So I wanted to just to point that out on the weekly. So we have $6,400, we have $6,700 right at the 50-week moving average. And most importantly, as always, we have this very key area. This is a Fibonacci resistance area from this bull market high, bear market low, right back up into this Fibonacci area. We have the same exact move last time. So we're keeping an eye on that. And when I say last time, that's 2016. So we're keeping an eye on that, but I want to pivot over to the daily chart. This is what I want to talk to you about. Here are our two lines. Here's the 50-week moving average right at 67. Here's our mining cost floor. Just for context to this video, I want to have that there for you. So here we are right now, Bitcoin at an extremely critical area, I guess you could call it. And if I zoom in on the daily chart, you can see it right here. If you've been watching the charts like I have, even on the 4-hour, you see Bitcoin keeps popping up above $8,600 and then right back below. Keeps happening. And it's actually evident on the 4-hour. I can go to it real quick and you can kind of see it. Here we are. Here's a small little 4-hour candle right here. Here's one here. So for the last 8 to 12 hours, Bitcoin just testing $8,600. The reason that's relevant, this is the 200 moving average on the daily chart. It is extremely important. If you want Bitcoin to kind of enter a bullish environment, it's extremely important for Bitcoin to get above this, to stay above this. And so far as of this daily candle, it hasn't. It's struggled today. The reason why that's relevant, if you want to get an illustration, is simple. In a bearish environment, Bitcoin typically just sees resistance below the 200 moving average. So perfect illustration is the last bear market, right? So here's resistance, 200 moving average. Here's resistance. Here's resistance. Not only that, when we had our first 50 moving average cross, the blue line, below the 200 moving average, the red line, to enter the bear market, you can see this was that first area of resistance at the 200 moving average. It's a very similar picture right now. We haven't had a 50 moving cross yet below the 200 moving average, but we're getting close, right? And if Bitcoin gets rejected here at this 200 moving average on the daily chart, that could be in store for us. A very close possible cross, 50 below the 200. I wanted to point that out to you. So here's what I'm watching. Number one, obviously, and maybe this will change in the next few hours. I don't know. Maybe Bitcoin will have a breakout, and I'll see the comments on this video, and we'll celebrate together. But if it doesn't have a breakout, this is what I'm kind of looking at. I'm looking at a couple areas, right? Obviously, I'd anticipate a lower low and this falling wedge, this kind of mid to longer term falling wedge that we have on the screen. But I'd also, for context, chart this longer term Fibonacci retracement, right? So this is the bear market low back in December to our swing high. This was to a key resistance area, close to $14,000 a couple months ago. And that was in June. And here's our Fibonacci retracement, right? So we could have a healthy retracement from that $14,000 high back into this channel down here, right? And you can see this channel down here goes to around 5,500 to around 7,200. Now, the reason why that's important is number one, because Fibonacci retracements are incredibly consistent in terms of Bitcoin, especially consolidation. This could be a potentially insanely bullish move for Bitcoin. Yes, more downside could be very bullish. And if we zoom out on this daily chart, you can get a sense of this gigantic, and actually this is a daily chart, this gigantic symmetrical triangle that could potentially be a continuation pattern for Bitcoin. Even if we come down here to the 5,000s, will we get that low? I don't think so. But if we did, this could be a higher low for Bitcoin, preparing for, the bull market. So zooming back in on the daily chart, I'll end with this, which is to say, in this very confluent area of potential support for a lower low for Bitcoin, if we get rejection off of this 200 moving average, we have some confluence, namely these two things that we started talking about at the beginning of this video. So those are this 50-week moving average, which is, you can't see it on this chart because this is a daily chart, but that's down here at $6,700. That's a huge support area, the 50-week moving average. Here it is on this chart. This is the weekly chart. And then secondly, this mining cost, this floor in terms of mining costs, where many retail investors aren't really looking at this area. And I did a video on this earlier. There was a great tweet that I came across, and definitely check it out if you're interested in that data, because it's data we don't usually use when we're doing our technical analysis on this channel. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, right? In terms of a breakout to the upside, I'm first waiting to see if we can break above this $8,600 area, this 200 moving average. Clearly, if we do, then our next large area of resistance is $9,500. That's a very big area of resistance, many people talking about. That's for another day. That's for another video. I first want to see if we can get a daily close above the 200 moving average, this red line. So that's my quick update for you. I wanted to do it so that I can get it out there. I see everybody in the chat. Real quick, I want to get a feel for the market. Press 1 if you're bullish. Press 2 if you're bearish. I'm very curious to know. I mean, everybody seems like they're in a good mood. I want to say this. Bitcoin is up like 6% today. Like, this is a 6%, 5% candle. It really is nothing. And it's funny. It's funny that it's so easy to get excited when Bitcoin makes a little bit of a move, because so many in the market right now are anticipating when are the bulls going to kind of step in here. Especially, we've been oversold. We're at the bottom of this falling wedge. So any potential, even short-term move to the upside is fun. It's enjoyable. But I got to just remind you, it's like 5%, 6%. We know that happens all the time in Bitcoin. What I would be more interested in is, and we're looking at the daily chart, is a continuation of this to the 50 moving average, another 11% or so, and then things are getting very exciting. You can go to the 4-hour chart. You can get a sense of, the potential that lies ahead. What we really need is this 50 moving average on the 4-hour to do that thing that we all know Bitcoin does, which is this first 50 moving cross above the 200 moving average. It's the first initial hint that things are potentially turning around. And we've got a ways to go before we see something like that. We've got a ways to go before Bitcoin breaks that $9,500 area. Wanted to do some technical analysis. I do see some ones. I see a lot of ones, a couple twos, so mostly bulls in the chat. Pivotal point, thank you. I appreciate that. What's up, Auto Spray? First time watching live. Welcome to the live stream, man. What's up, Dan T? Wendell, always bullish. Yes, this I know. That's it, everybody. Wanted to keep it under 10 minutes. Appreciate you. If you're a replay viewer, 1 for bullish, 2 for bearish. Let me know in the comments below. If you're here and you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. We're growing this thing. We're growing this thing. It's a movement, everybody. I appreciate you coming by. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day, and God bless.